All right, all right. Shalom, shalom, and shalom, Sister Deborah, prophetess in the wilderness. And you know what? That's all right with me. Coming again on this Deborah platform with another message. And I will say this is a lovely Sunday morning in which the Most High Yah has made, and I, Sister Deborah, shall, and I will rest therein. I'm coming to you with a message that's going to be very powerful. Very, very powerful, to the point where I already have the title to this message, because it came to me this morning when I woke up. I was still in bed. A spiritual nuclear bomb has been released. And what that is a form of spirit and truth. This means that those who are already marked as Revelation chapter 10 in their forehead by the angel that Yah has charged to mark, they too falls into this category of a spiritual nuclear bomb have been released. It has been released to you. This is going to help you hold on to his unchanging hand. It's going to bring you to a new revelation, but yet the old revelation. It's a new revelation because it's areas of word of the Most High Yah that you have not heard. And it is the fierce of his word that you're about to hear. So I want you to get your Bible, get a pen and a piece of paper so you can write different things that Sister Deborah is about to speak on. And I also want you to also expound in the comment. Now, I want you all to understand, and you do such a lovely job not responding to people in the comment section. Don't respond to them. See, you don't have to respond to them. They're responding out of their flesh, because their flesh has dominion over them. When you respond to somebody who is born of the flesh, then you are too born of the flesh, and you really know not, okay, to whom you speak it to. People who comes into the comment section of Sister Deborah's YouTube page are people who comes in, and you'll see that I don't have no problem with people disagreeing, or people are saying, oh, this lady is crazy, or, she don't have no scriptures. Oh, Father Yah, now you did that, didn't you? You did that. And so on and so on. I don't have no problem with that. But when you get someone who swings from a man's balls and been swinging there since they just found out that they are a Hebrew Israelite, these are men who are lost without a cause. Because if you just now finding out that you are a Hebrew Israelite, guess what? There's no spirit of Yah in you. You're still swinging on the balls of man, which a lot of our tribe of Judah chose to do. They rather swing. No, I ain't gonna say they even chose to swing on the balls of another man. Heaven has already orchestrated it to be. So this is what he comes to me and say, Deborah, this need be. That means stand down. Let the clowns clown. Stand down, Deborah. Let the clowns clown. Meaning this need be that these clowns clown. Because that is invested in them when they came through their mother's womb. Okay, so let me begin, or else I'll be somewhere else. Okay, the title of this message is A Spiritual Nuclear Bomb Has Been Released. And it's carrying spirit and truth chemicals. It's carrying the spirit and truth chemicals, the truth of the matter. Let's go. Okay, now, again, the title of this message is A Spiritual Nuclear Bomb Has Been Released. Okay. Now, we're going to come from, and it's come, now let me say it again because it wants me to make sure. And the debris from the nuclear bomb is spirit and truth. That means Yah's power of spirit and truth has been released, okay? And to and it holds the spirit of, oh yes, and it's covering the spirit of Yah. That means that these are the days that has been spoken of. See, what a lot of them don't understand, the prophecies are not the prophecies of man, but of Yah given to man. Then you see prophecies where Yah said it. Then you see prophecies of where Yeshua said it. So we take those prophecies, and when we see them, we salute them. And as we salute it in our spirit realm, because we hear it, that which was heard, that which was spoken. So therefore, while in such a midnight hour in which we are in, the midnight hour represents evil and darkness and wicked, you find the majority of the tribe of Judah. I'm going to go on and say it like the Father give it to me. 99% of the tribe of Judah is riding on the things of the flesh. They have not been taught that the things of the spirit outweighs the things of the flesh. And you're going to see Sister bounce. You're going to see Sister Deborah come down, go up, come down, go up. And we're going to start in Hosea chapter 4 and verse 6. Starting Isaiah chapter 4 and verse 6. When I first read Job, and I first got a grip of Job, I got a grip of Job by looking at the 7 sons and the 3 daughters, and how the 7 sons represent 7 days. And then this is me as a young person, y'all. I'm catching all that, and I'm like, wait a minute. I always stayed. I got a question. I always seek Yah for answers, because I always was able to hear behind here. So I go behind what I hear, and I ask him the question there. So what is behind hearing? Spiritual. That's why Sister Deborah's in the wilderness, because she asks so many questions that flesh can't answer. So I have to go where? A little bit higher. Not a little bit, a lot more higher. What I have to do? I'd have to go to the wilderness to get it from Yah. Because that's where you get your answer, from the bosom of my Father. Because it's in him. He created all this. So when you run into the flesh of man, thinking the flesh of man can teach you, mold you, shape you, you are born of the flesh. And man can't shape you and mold you and teach you and reveal to you and lead you, but only in the flesh. When the bomb of the nuclear bomb is going to show you that either you born of the flesh or you born of the spirit, which 99.9 of Israel do not want to go face to face with. They do not want to go face to face with spirit and truth. They want to come to you and try to deal with you flesh on flesh. Stand down, clowns, because there's something greater in me that's greater than anything on this earth. You got to stand down to that one. You see, so you can't come to Sister Deborah trying to teach Sister Deborah the things that's in the flesh. When you come to Sister Deborah, it's nothing wrong with asking questions in the flesh, but it's the way you come that leads Sister Deborah to hear behind what you're saying and saying, wait a minute, I'm dealing with strictly flesh and I won't answer you. I can't deal with you. See, it's not, life is never going to be whether you, never let no one tell you it's based on how you agree with someone, how you have to line up with someone. That's the flesh. See, the flesh wants you to line up with them. They want you to agree with them. They want you to grab their balls and swing everywhere they take a step. And that's what you see in the tribe of Judah. You see the tribe of Judah at a large number. You got 80% of the tribe of Judah men are tampering with men. Mm-hmm. And the Most High wants you to know this is the nuclear bomb being revealed. He wants you to know this is why in this midnight hour, in the wicked and evil hour we're in, they are willing to swing from one ball to the next. It's because they are here to support one another in what? Wicked and evil and wrong and unjust, unrighteous. mindset, learning, teaching, and everything that rests in that category. So this is why you have the Negro men gripping one another's balls. The Father wants you to know one line of what Sister Deborah is saying. One line is, do your percentage in the homosexual lifestyle. Most men have already tampered in that lifestyle. The tribe of Judah, I'm not talking about the heathens and the Gentiles. I'm the judge of the tribe of Judah and the house of Israel. Okay, in case you didn't know that. Yes, I can hear behind hearing of other nations, okay? But what Yah sent me down on this earth, like he did all his prophets, he sent them down to the house of Israel and the tribe of Judah. So will you, by you being born of the flesh, you don't understand that. You don't understand that. You think this sister just talking about the brothers, or you think this sister just talking about the tribe of Judah. You know, no, let me tell you something. My mission is in the nation in which I was born into. My mission is that I am to judge the ways of the tribe of Judah and the house of Israel, to bring it forth like a nuclear bomb being released. Okay, so listen to this. So I want to show you, let me get into what he's given me, because I got a lot of things that's set up today, a whole lot of things. Ooh. But let's go. We're going to start. Get your book, get your Bible, and get your pencil and a piece of paper so you can ask Sister Deborah questions afterwards. Let's go to Hosea chapter 4, verse 6. I want to explain something to you all too before I go into these scriptures and these chapters. Let me tell y'all something. This is what you call a nuclear bomb being released. Scriptures, chapters, Bibles, and lost books cannot make you, break you, save you, deliver you. None of that. None of those things can a book give you. Say, for instance, you out on the streets and someone come up on you. Do you think that you can use your scriptures, chapters, the King James Bible? You think if you're decided to dive into a pool and you thought it was 6 feet and it ended up being 20 and you go all the way down, you think you can quote your scriptures to bring you up? Do you think your scripture's going to save you? Do you think the chapters in the King James Version or the 1611 or in any book's going to save you? Do you think that the words that's in these books going to deliver you? Do you think that anything in these books are going to save you from death? Do you think that anything in these books is going to mark you for the Lamb Book of Life? You want me to tell you something? It's nothing in scriptures and in books, lost or found, nor the King James, nor the King James 1611, nor nothing. It's going to deliver you out of the mighty hand of the Most High Yah, for he is spirit and he is truth. So you're looking at the natural book, trying to mold and shape people in the way that you want people to go, in the way that you've been taught. Men don't understand. They have gripped the balls of men and found a comfort zone swinging on another man's balls. And that's why you got so many people with Joe Osteen, I think that's his name, T.D. Jakes. You got big pastors following behind a man pastor. Not big pastor, big churches or multitude of people following behind the flesh of a man. That's because they didn't grip the balls of these people. And they've been swinging on their balls for 10, 15, 20 years. And they felt that, hey, that's righteous. Baby, let me tell you something. That's flesh. People who swing from a man's balls are born of the flesh, because they understand not the things which are spirit. So they grip the man's balls and they hold so firm and tight and say, I got truth now. I got the scriptures. I got the Bible. And all the lost books. And none of it can redeem them. Not none of it died on Calvary. That Bible didn't die for you on Calvary. The scriptures didn't die for you on Calvary. The chapters didn't die for you on Calvary. That was Yeshua, a flesh of a man, born of a woman. See, man never did understand what was going on in Genesis chapter 3. It went straight over their head. The Father in heaven knew that he always had given the seed. The seed of the woman is greater than the seed of a man. See, they thought they had it nailed, didn't they? They thought they had it nailed. They didn't understand the seed of the woman will always be spiritual. But the seed of the man will always be flesh. Can you feel the nuclear bomb yet? You see, you want to walk up or you want to walk down. So here we are. The power is given to the seed of a woman to bring forth a seed of a man. That man is the one that came with power. Only the seed of a woman. It was prophesied. To who? It wasn't prophesied to Satan. It wasn't prophesied to man. It was prophesied to Satan. He told Satan straight up, I know I put man head. He took his crown off in the garden. That's why I said it is not good. But you'll never hear these Negroes teach that thing in the spirit of truth. Because it is a form of the nuclear bomb being released today. And they cannot handle it, even though they swinging so high to where the million balls that they swing from are dragging them in the mud. That's the broad gate. That's why they being dragged into the broad gate. They swinging firm to the balls of man. And they dragging on the floor. That's how much skin is left on he that allowed them to swing from his balls. That's called born of the flesh. And they coming through the broad gate to get in. Because the way to the spiritual gate, they're not allowed. Praise the mighty Yah. Oh, my Father. So, when you get into Genesis, and you step into Genesis 3, woo, they missed it. They missed it in Genesis 2. When he said, wait a minute, hold up, y'all. It is not good. I created everything perfect, and it was good. But when I put man into the garden, see, it was good when I created the gardens and the rivers and so on, and put the tree of life there and other trees and the tree of good and evil. It only become no good once I stuck Adam, bam, right in the middle. Then the Creator said, it is not good. That statement alone allow you all to feel the nuclear bomb, because it shows you at the beginning you always had it wrong. You always had it wrong. Man needed woman to help him meet the will of the Father. Man didn't know that. Shroom, over their head. Y'all would never create anything for man that's not going to benefit him. Y'all shall never and have never created anything on the face of the earth for the purpose outside of him. So when you see woman has been created for man and not man for woman, that's the power of the Roman Catholics. They started in Genesis trying to erase spirit and truth. But the power of my Father's right hand made sure they couldn't tamper with what he had did in Genesis 1 and Genesis 2. Because that was his perfect will. And even in his perfect will, he created a perfect garden and put everything in it. But when he looked at the garden, everything was good until he put man in it. And then he saw that it is not good, for man is not fulfilled with the desire of my will until I give him woman. See, this is how, let me show you how the flesh of men that hangs from another man's balls. Men that hang from another man's balls are those that are 100% born of the flesh. That means Yah sent them down from heaven to represent the flesh of man. So they don't have no other choice but to hide and protect and shield their unrighteousness. They protect their unrighteousness. They protect their unjust. They protect their darkness. They protect their wickedness. They protect their evil. They don't have no other choice. You can't. Who can come up against the mighty right hand of the Father? And because they haven't never. No, it's not because. But let me give you another nuclear bomb that's been released. No one ever thought to do their study on the right hand and the stretched out arm, which is connected to the right hand, to find out that that's the Creator's power. That's what you call Hamashiach. That's what you call Christ. See, people bumping their mouth because they're born of the flesh. And Yah hasn't suffered them to see anything in the spirit realm because they're so rooted into the flesh realm. Yah said, no, Deborah, when they come, let them clown. This need be. Why is the Father keep telling his prophetess this need be? Because he's saying, Deborah, heaven has already marked them in the book or the books in which they shall walk therein. So if Sister Deborah is seeing this in the spirit realm, the Father is having to come with the comforter of who he is in me and say, it's okay, Deborah, this need be. Heaven has already orchestrated it this way. That's why Sister Deborah can actually tell them that are born of the flesh, you swinging on the flesh of a man's balls. And you always have, because man has always, what James Brown said, this is a man's world. Man can have this world because Satan got it too. Oh, praise the mighty Yah. He said, be in the world, but not of it. So if this is a man's world, give it to him. Hallelujah. Heaven's already orchestrated that. So you think women wants to rule what Satan and man wants to find rulership in? No. If I cannot step in spirit and truth, I don't want to be no ruler, no leader, no nobody. Just let me walk in your spirit and truth, Father. And that means to walk upright in belief, faith, fear, and righteousness. Topping it all out. So let's get to that. I want you all to go to Hosea chapter 4, verse 6. And this is what he gave me yesterday morning. I did a video, but I had to bring it down because I had to leave. And those who were coming to pick me up wanted me to, like, come on now. We put everything in. We ready, So I had to go. So I had to put that video down, but I want you to let you know this message is called spiritual nuclear. A spiritual nuclear bomb has been released. That means that in this message, what I'm about to speak to you all is finna carry too much power, and a lot of you all gonna fall to the wayside. And it's okay. You was already on the wayside. You was already falling. See, that's what people don't understand. They don't understand the sower sowing the seeds. They don't understand none of the parables. But guess what? This sister been understanding the parables since she was a teenager. And that's what it is said. Blessed is he that can understand parables and the word. How you like him now? All right. That's what I'm talking about. So I'm going to Hosea chapter 4 and verse 6. This is what he gave me yesterday morning, you guys. And it was really good. Food for the spirit. But it is also what he wants me to bring forth today. It's called a spiritual nuclear bomb being released. Okay. And now we're in Hosea chapter 4, verse 6. I want to also say again, verses, Bible, and all. It can't save you. It can't sanctify you. It can't deliver you. It can't feed your spirit. It can't save you out of danger. It has no power. This book has no power. But of course, it is not Yah himself. If he thought, here we go, y'all, here we go, here we go. Here we go. Spiritual nuclear bomb being dropped. If he thought for 1 minute that this book hold his power and held his word, what would be the sense for him to come down and drop in our spirit and teach us from that level? Well, what you teaching me from if it's all in your book? And if you thought you could trust man to give us this, why are you coming? See, they never thought like that. They never could. They can't grip that. Why? Because you have 99.9 of Hebrew Israelite men and women. Okay? They're learning out of the flesh. And out of the flesh is they want to hear scriptures. They want to hear verses. They want to hear lost books. They want to hear found books. You know, they want to hear Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob in their ear, their tingling ear. They want to hear all those things that can't deliver them, save them, sanctify them, live in them as the word of God. See, all those things that they wanting is of their flesh. So when they come after you, talking about where's your scriptures, where's your baby, it's my scriptures are where yours is at. My scriptures are where yours is at, in your flesh. But do you have the word, which is in the spirit? That's another nuclear bomb. See, y'all want to y'all want to treat my father like he's the flesh of man. But I, Sister Deborah, come to tell you he is not like unto no man. You are not going to serve him and worship him as if he's flesh and blood. He is the creator of the beginning and the end and everything in between. He is all power in the heaven and on the earth. He has a brand called righteous belief, faith, and fear. He brand everybody in the Lamb Book of Life. So when they come down here in their mother's womb, they already branded. And those that are not branded are those who come down here swinging on the balls of man, learning the word, the wisdom, the knowledge, the feelings, the emotion of the flesh of a man. And they train themselves to know something in their flesh, not knowing you are already born of the flesh. So that which you know it come from your flesh and not the spirit of Yah. Okay, here we are. Hosea chapter 4 and verse 6. This is a known saying out of the instructions and direction books. He says, study the instructions and direction books to show yourself approved. Don't go showing nobody else. Because you can't. The reason why it says study to show thyself, he don't want you to start studying this book to show somebody else. Because he knew today you got the messed up from the floor mindset people who believe they can study this book and master it and know it from A to Z, and now I'm sealed. I know it all. I am God. I got the scriptures, the precepts, the chapters. I found the lost books. I found the found books. got Enoch. When did a book deliver you? When can a book save you? Enoch cannot save you, people. Enoch cannot deliver you, people. So I want you to know this. There is a spiritual nuclear bomb have been released. Now, I can't say it's a sad day. It's about righteous day. Because see what y'all is saying is this. Deborah, in Revelation chapter 10, I already told you mine's marked. So mine's good. Let them continue to swing on the balls. And a lot of y'all be wondering, well, what does she mean swing on the balls? Just think of that. Just think of, I'm going to stay with the tribe of Judah. Let's think of TDJ. TDJ so heavily in this homosexual thing, it's off the chain. But look how many men and women gripped his balls and started swinging on. He got more than one location, more than one state. I will say Joe Osteen. Same thing. Look at the multitude of people follow them. And darkness is wickedness is as high as can be in him and his wife. But those are the people you all follow. Those are the people you all look at and you marvel. Well, that's the same way it's in the Hebrew Israelites. In the tribe of Judah, in the house of Israel. They are a nation. So if you go to Matthew 24 and verse 7, guess what? You running around here calling yourself a man. You want to be a ruler. You want to be a king. You want to be a leader. You want women submissive to you. The bombshell that the Father want me to give you by the nuclear, letting you know that the nuclear bomb has been released. And that is this. You're about to learn that everything that you would want another flesh human being to follow you, to let you be their leader, to submit to you, to guide, y'all want you to know that's in your flesh. That's in your flesh. He is spirit and truth. He would never let a man be over woman if he is not over man. And he said to me to tell you all, the bombshell has been released. The nuclear bomb. You are a liar from hell itself. When you think it is God, Yeshua, man, and then woman. No, said the Most High, y'all. That order can only be found. Hear me now, y'all. Y'all gonna let it go over your head? It's gonna swing over your head. The Father wants me to let you know that the nuclear bomb has been released. He said that chain of command is only spiritual. Praise the mighty Yah. Y'all want me to let you know there's no order that he has created that's outside of spirit and truth. That's why you see the chaos among men wanting to claim leadership, ruler, wives, submissive, king, the lion. He said they want all that in the flesh. And it has no detachment in the spirit realm. Nor in the spirit, Deborah. I never put that order in the flesh. That order is only for the spirit. So all these women submitting to their husbands, you have been lied to. You have fallen the broad gate. All these men running around here trying to claim the line of Judah. Trying to claim being leaders and heads and rulers. Y'all said the nuclear bomb has been released. All that's been a lie. That is not an order from the Most High Yah. And I got to tell you right now what he's spilling in my head right now. What he's telling me in my spirit, I got to say it. He wants me to let you know. If heavens hold him, the Father, for he is spirit. If heaven holds the Son, for he is spirit, how is it heavens is letting it switch to flesh, to flesh, to flesh? Can't be done. Can't be done. Heavens is holding the Father, for he is spirit. The Son, he is spirit. How is it on the earth? Now it drops to the earth. And now it's flesh, man, flesh, woman, then the children, flesh. The chain has been broken from the Father, the Son. Man has cracked the link. The chain is broken. And that's what you see today. Because man never knew that the chain of Yah's command must be spiritual and not flesh. So y'all been living a lie, and you're going to die a lie, and you're going to raise up, stand before the altar in Yah's book that already got you in it. The books already got your name written, and your whole life is in there. Your whole works is in that book. The sad thing about it, they never understood that if a baby is born today and die next week, even his name is either in the books or the book. He's just not going into the Lamb Book of Life because he's a baby. He's going where heaven knew he was heading to. See, heaven knows who you are, even though you play the role down here on the earth and try to hide behind this male thing. That's how a lot of homosexuals is getting. So that's how Judah is 98%. No, I can say 90. I give it 90% homosexual. It's because they're hiding behind this male buff and ego. Y'all want me to tell you, he got your number. He already seen you dipping and tipping. Even your thoughts, your emotions and your feelings and your desire to be in that pleasure of that lifestyle. That's why a lot of you hate homosexuals. Because they tamper with what's in you. Oh, Father, so the devil didn't drop the nuclear bomb. I'm calling and speaking from the heaven. That's why he said, study this book to only show yourself. He's talking to you in the flesh. These men and women out here taking this book, trying to whoop you through the scriptures, through the verses, through the chapters. See. And y'all sitting here saying, they don't see where I said, study to show thyself. Don't go trying to study this book. Don't go trying to beat nobody out of a paperback book, because it ain't going to come by reading. Oh, a nuclear bomb being released. He never told you. Nor have you heard that it's going to come by you study it. It's going to come by an ear that hears what thou said, the Creator, in spirit and in truth. So while y'all running around here hooking up with all these YouTubers, getting involved in all these camps, these academies, and these men that leading, baby, you going straight through the broad gate to receive your reward in the books of the dead. That's what you call a nuclear bomb that's been released. And I'm going to take you there. I'm going to take you all the way there. A lot of you going to fall off the cliff. But you know what? If you fall off the cliff, because you was already heading to the cliff to fall off. So I want to say to you all, the whole idea of the book is for you to study, to show thyself approved. He didn't tell you to study this book to try to make for Sister Deborah to bring you scriptures. You don't even know the scriptures, because the scriptures is not the scriptures. The scriptures becomes, or scriptures in this book are for those that are dead. It only comes alive is when the true teachers teaches you from the inside out what this book is saying. You see how dumb y'all are? See, you want to grab this book and you want to precept and line and a little here and a little there. He already told you, study to show thyself. Don't go studying, Negro men, to studying to try to tell the prophetess what to say and what to do. She is branded from the heaven. So it's nothing you can tell her what to say and what to do. But she can tell you a warning and a judgment because I branded her with the position to judge you. Now let's get to this here. He wants you to know people, scriptures, the precepts, the line, the little here and the little there. It's not the word. For the word is spirit. Now do this book appear to be spirit? Look at the book. Tell me it's spirit. And I like how the Father did it because, you know, I think about Job and how he said to Satan. I think about in the book of Job how he said, hey, bro, come on over here. Have you tried this one? I bet you can't get this one to do what you want. Satan said, nah, I know what you got invested in that one. I ain't crazy. I ain't gonna mess with that one. Because I know you got a lot invested in it. But I tell you what, pull up that right hand. See, Satan knew about the Father's right hand. And y'all dumb Negro people don't know nothing. Call yourself awakened in the house of Israel. We the king, we the leader, we the ruler. And use the fool that you have always been. If you really want to study this book, study it. But the thing about it, when you study it, make sure you study it under righteousness, not under your flesh. Get off the hanging off these men balls and try to grip your own balls. And stand before the throne of the Most High Yah, for it is spirit and it is truth. Stop standing before the throne of these flesh of these men because they have deceived you to the utmost. To walk in. Now they dragging you all into the broad gate because you all are swinging on their balls. And now the balls are hanging so low, it's dragging you down the dirt. And you too ignorant to see you ain't getting no spirit and truth. You getting trash for your flesh. That's all your flesh want. The things that the flesh want, what it wants. It desires what it desires. Because it's going where? To hell. Y'all didn't know that, did you? Don't tell me another nuclear bomb released. Oh yeah. Go to Revelation chapter 20. This old body and these bones, it's going to be tossed in the lake of fire. Didn't know. So that's how much emphasis y'all put on y'all flesh. Your flesh is nothing. That shows you. While you're down here, and there's nothing you can do. But I'm talking out of the power of the Most High Yah. See, what y'all run around here trying to do, and I do not appreciate it at all. I do not appreciate it as a prophetess in the wilderness. I do not appreciate it. And I ain't about to run like Jonah did. Because even if I tried, it wouldn't be nowhere to run. That's how bad it is out here. I got a place. I got somewhere to run to. And that's the bosom of the Most High Yah. And that's where I must reside. Because his will gonna be done, Jonah. So you run away from the fact that it's that bad, Jonah. I understand you. I get you. I feel you, Jonah. I feel that thing. But I have to salute my Father's will. Bam! Why? Because his will is going to be done. But it's going to be done in the spiritual realm until the natural realm. So while the natural running around here, a nuclear bomb. While the natural running around here thinking they rule. Oh, I'm kings, I'm leaders, I'm rulers. Get your butt submissive to me. I can have many wives. All that is flesh, y'all. So that's why their heartbeat is toward flesh, the things of the flesh. But Yah wants you to know, it's impossible for the route that he created for him to be in the Father, the Son, and then man come into flesh, and then woman come into flesh, and then the children be like unto the two spiritual heads. Impossible. So you lied. You taught this whole multitude. The Most High said, this is a spiritual bomb. Nuclear bomb being dropped. You guys, you all have believed that it was a chain of command, and it has not been. The only chain of command is the chain of command in which heavens has orchestrated. And if the chain of command is not under the commandment of spirit and truth, meaning it has to route down, all straight down to the children in the spirit realm. What do you mean, Deborah? Let's go. If heavens has orchestrated the beginning to the end and everything in between, that means that heaven is spiritual. What did he say? There's two ways you be born. Born of the flesh or born of the spirit. So he wants you to understand the chain of command, if it's coming from the Father, the Son. Okay? How is it resting on the flesh of man and the flesh of woman? Where alone did the link break from the spiritual route and drop down to the flesh of man and the flesh of woman? Impossible. So the route that y'all are gripping onto and trying to be in submissive to and trying to get to be in order, y'all told me to set you free. There's no order in the flesh. Praise the mighty God. There is no order in the flesh. So this men trying to get y'all lining up women in his order, in his chain of command, the Father wants me to know, wants me to let you know, a spiritual nuclear bomb has been released. There is no fleshly order on the face of the earth. There's no fleshly order on the face of the earth that represent him in the spirit realm, except it comes from the Father, the Son, and the spirit of a man and the spirit of a woman. This mess you see down here, he wants you to know, that's all flesh. And you don't have to follow their order. That's their chain of command. Y'all want you to know there's a chain of command in the flesh and there's a chain of command in the spirit. But he wants you to know the chain of command in the flesh is born of the flesh. Hallelujah. And the chain of command in the spirit is spirit. That's when you have the Father, the Son, a man that is born of the spirit, a woman that is born of the spirit, and y'all suffer their children to fall therein. You see? Do you see? And then when the children don't fall therein, that's why y'all say, I come to bring the sword. Ooh! Hold up! What you come to bring sword toward, Father? Deborah. Deborah, tell them, I come to bring the sword to separate the parts of the mother and the father and the children that don't represent me. That's powerful, y'all. There's two parts, you all. He that is born of the flesh and he that is born of the spirit. Yah wants you to know he that is born of the flesh is not his commandment. It's not his commandment. It's not his chain of command. It's not his order in the spirit. It is only the order in the flesh. So see, women, when you're running around here wondering how these men are like this and what creator would allow you to be submissive to these men, that's the way that they are. That's you. You born of the flesh and you desire to follow the flesh of man because he has his own separate order. He has this book to go back as well without the Ruach HaKodesh. See, they can teach you this book without the Ruach HaKodesh. But y'all said, no. That book is not my spirit. I'm my own spirit. I am spirit and truth. I am all righteous. I know the beginning to the end because I orchestrated it. A book can't tell it. My word, which is me, can tell it. Hit them, Deborah. John chapter 1 and verse 1. This is where he decided to sock. Hit me real hard in the stomach. And I felt it. And it felt good. It felt good. Because it really sends a statement to me. I mean, a lot of y'all, it won't even bother y'all because, that's just where you at. See, a lot of y'all thinking y'all all spirit, but you ain't spirit, baby, until you understand what I'm saying, even to today. John chapter 1 and verse 1. And when he hit me with this one here, instant, with a call, bam, woo-wee, what was that? You sound fierce. This is what he said. The Gospel of John chapter 1 verse 1. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God. So how do you have the Word if the Word is with Yah? What are you doing with it? And the Word was Yah. Father, they don't know nothing about that. That started in Genesis chapter 1 verse 2. In your perfect will did you create everything by you speaking the Word. They missed it, Father, because when you said let, you were saying let to your power. They missed it. Okay? And then it says in verse 2, the same was in the beginning with Yah. Let's go again. The Gospel of John, chapter 1, verse 1 and 2. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with Yah, and the Word was Yah. The same was in the beginning with Yah. Tell me, when do you have the power over His Word? You really that stupid to believe that this book is His Word? All of what He just said. Let's go over it again, y'all, so y'all can grip this time, because you're missing it. This word that He's speaking of is spirit. That's why you messed up from the floor and can't understand the difference between the chain of command in the spirit and the chain of command in the flesh. Okay? The Gospel of John, chapter 1 and 2, chapter 1 of the Gospel of John, verse 1 and 2. In the beginning was the Word was with Yah, the Word was Yah, the same was in the beginning with Yah. What part you don't understand? Where did He say a word? The Word was the book. It's always with Him. What is the Word, Father? Yah, Deborah, the Word is righteousness. And it's carried by my power. Oh, a nuclear bomb being released. So y'all been following flesh. And if you're following flesh, guess what? You are born of the flesh. Because what I'm saying today, it is a nuclear bomb in the spirit. To let you know that, see, you knew it was something, you just couldn't pinpoint it. You knew it couldn't be like they say it is, the way these Negro men are killing and stealing and destroying each other, and the hate that's in their heart. It can be that they are the children of anything. Let's go. Hosea chapter 4, verse 6. Hosea chapter 4 is a familiar verse and chapter in the study guide. But the thing I like about the study guide is, like he said to Satan, this is one thing I have a lot of respect for. It's what Yah say to Satan, Satan obeys 100%. And I be saying, but Father, how could, wait a minute, I don't get it. How could he? And these Negroes are stiff-necked, rebellion, and disobedient, and at the highest level of unrighteous in this day and time, and they sitting here saying, we the people. Satan obeys Yah. Listen to what Yah is allowing them to hear and know in their study guide. Hosea chapter 4 and verse 6. He first starts off by saying, my people. This is what he woke me up yesterday morning. I did a video, but I had to leave, so I had to cut it off. Hosea chapter 4 verse 6. It says, my people. I said, yeah, Father, I read it over and over and over. I done read it. I kind of mastered. He said, Deborah, shut up and listen. Just listen. When he's saying that, he said, now, you reading it, but I want you to always stay in your lane. How many times have I told y'all he always chastised me in my lane? Chastising me in my lane means stay in spirit and truth. Because that's the lane I created you for. You ain't got no business going to your left because this brother talking this crap or this sister talking this crap. Stay in the lane in which I created for you. In the wilderness, I created you a lane. Stay in it. And that lane, the lane of spirit and truth. And guess what's in that lane for Sister Deborah? A light so that I may see my way to the tree of life. Okay. That's my lane that was created for me. So it's not a day that go back within a week. He said, Deborah, stay in your lane. Stay in your lane. So I'm just showing you the type of chastising creator I have. I love him. I like when I'm crooked, he gets me straight. I don't have no problem with that. You see? So in Hosea chapter 4, verse 6. Now, this here is what you call a spiritual nuclear bomb being dropped. He said, my people. I said, but Father, I heard that know it by heart. He said, Deborah, stay in your lane. Just stay still. Because me saying to him that I heard it before, then what? I'm coming into the flesh realm. I'm telling him I heard it, I study it in the flesh realm. He said, stay in your lane. Come on, I'm going to bring you into the spirit realm of what I'm saying. I said, okay, take me there, Father, y'all. He said, and I'm laying in the bed. He said, my people. I said something there. I'm calling them my people. So you tell them right now in the year of 2020, August of 2023, hey, you want to be my people? You are my people. But watch how I rumble with my power. Then he says, or destroy. Stop. Don't go no further. Tell those that born of the flesh. You want to call yourself my people? You are my people. But you are destroyed. Look at that word are. Are destroyed. Why is it that the men and the women can't get that? Why is it they can't master that? Why is it they can't master just that? See, the thing about Hosea chapter 4, verse 6, it ain't even the full sentence. But he telling you straight up. He said they missed it. Because they don't know my power, Deborah. They don't know how I rumble. They don't know I don't play. Only thing that's in the whole world that know that they don't mess with me. And that is the worst of the worst, which is Satan. The Father told me he do everything he tell him to do. And in the order and in the power therein. That's why he gave him power. That's why, remember it says how the beast Satan give his power to the beast? Because y'all gave him the power. I know. Flesh of man didn't told you they rule. They got the power. They got the authority to rule over you. Yeah, they do have the power and authority to rule over you. Because they in the flesh. And they going to hell in that flesh. How you say that, Deborah? Because the way they conduct themselves in the flesh on this earth is their destiny that's written in Revelation chapter 20 in the Lamb Book of Life for eternal lake of fire. It is written. Your works are there, not here. How you like him now? You want to mess with my Father. You want to make him flesh. He's sending this prophet to tell you a nuclear bomb is being dropped on your tail. You wants to roll up and think it's all about flesh and ruling, being king and lying. I want to be a leader in my household, and you ain't never laid your tail nowhere outside of the toilet. That's the only part of you can control. It's that bowel movement when you got to use it. So all this leading and ruling and guiding, y'all say that's for your flesh. It dictates you, your eternal life. The lake of fire. That's why I said, tell them a nuclear bomb is being dropped. There's no chain of the command in the flesh. It's only found in the spirit of who they are. That means if you're born of the flesh, you're going to live out your flesh on this earth. But if you're born of the spirit, you're going to live out the spirit while y'all abide in your spirit on the earth. And then you too are written in the Lamb Book of Life. See, they don't get that. Yeah, y'all. And the reason why I want y'all to get your pencil and a piece of paper and really mark this stuff down, because you know what, y'all? This is a bombshell that never been preached and never been taught and ain't gonna never be taught, never will be. They won't ever teach this, because that's why the broad gate is so broad, because that's where they going, straight through the broad gate. Oh, yeah. Why? That's how deep they wicked and evil is. Proverbs 16, verse 4. I, Deborah, tell them, I created. Evil and wicked and evil is for the days of evil. So even that evil and wicked is still orchestrated by my right hand, which they never knew was Christ, which is Hamashiach. Tell them how they like me now and see if they can control that spirit. Hallelujah! Hallelujah! Because that's the head, Deborah. That's the head of the church. That's the head of the saints. That's the head of the body of Hamashiach, and not the flesh of no man gonna be the head of my people. Those that swing on balls and hang on balls and being dragged to the broad gate, let them be dragged to the broad gate, for they are on the ground being dragged by the balls of a flesh of a man. But you tell those people today, a new spiritual, not a new, but a spiritual nuclear bomb has been dropped on them. I know it. He said they're going to try to press up, buckle up, come another route. He said ain't no route for them to go. What route you going to come when you've been trying to deceive the people? That there's a chain of command that says the Father, the Son, the man, the woman. Ain't no such thing, said the Most High Yah. How would I set up a chain of command, have spirit, and then rest flesh? Use a lot from the pit of hell must you return. There's no chain of command. There's only a chain of command in the spirit and the chain of command in the flesh. And you all been living the chain of command out of the flesh of a man. And y'all said that's not his chain. So if you want to ride on that ball, you go right ahead. That's not the spiritual chain of command. And it makes a lot of sense when he told me that, y'all. It makes so much sense. It makes so much sense. Because if Yah is spirit and truth, now listen to this. The Father, he didn't include the Son of Man. So I know, Father, I'm going to go there. Let me go and go there with y'all. And I don't care if you get lost. I don't care if you get lost. Because if you get lost, you already lost. Okay? What he's saying to me now is, Deborah, I need you to line that thing up perfect. Okay? What he's saying is, there is a chain of command. The chain of command starts with the Father. Then Christ. And I got to stop there. That's where I have to stop. He wants me to explain to you all, there has been a nuclear bomb dropped, released. And it's called Spirit and Truth. The Spirit and Truth of what I'm about to say to you all. Get your pen and piece of paper. And that is this. And when I say your pen and piece of paper, I mean your spiritual heart. Okay? Now, the chain of command the Father wants me to give you is the spiritual chain of command in which he has designed and orchestrated for those that are righteous, those that are in the light, those that are spirit of truth, those are the he is that's going to return to the Lamb Book of Life. It goes like this. First is the Father, because he is the creator. He said, no, don't put the Son. I said, wait a minute, hold up. I know that, Father. I know exactly where you come from. He said, good. I know you know where I'm coming from, but when I'm saying it, when you're telling them, don't put the Son. And which Son is that? Don't put the Son of Man. That's flesh. So we ain't going to put the Son of Man, but come on, pull up on Hamashiach, Christ. So he said, the Father, Christ, and then it's man, woman, and then their children. Y'all saying that he will bless you if you fall under that commandment by blessing your children. That's a woo-wee. I think they like that one, Father. Y'all, let's say it again. The Father want me to let you know the chain of command in which he designed, that is spirit and truth, that is righteousness, that is in his Lamb Book of Life, are those that rest under the spiritual chain of commandment, meaning those that are born of the Spirit. So this is the order. It's the Father, to whom is the Creator. He said, hold up, Deborah, don't put the Son. For he comes born of a woman. He comes as the flesh. We're going to put him to the side because he's going to fall under also the power. So he said, I'm going to put him to the side. I want you to put the Father. Now hear me now, y'all. The Father, Christ. Why Christ? Because it's the power the Father uses to lead the man and the woman, and his children are set free. Why? Because the Father, the power, man, woman, and then their children are saved through the power that came down. You see? Now, this is how he's saving them. Say, for instance, Sister Deborah have 6 children. He ain't saying he's saving 6 children. He's saving the power that came down from the head. Hallelujah. Woo, Father, give me the pen. Give me the pen. Let me break that thing down for these people, because they you know, they want to get into the world, and let me break that thing down to y'all. I'm breaking it down because I'm showing you how I see it in the spirit realm, okay? And I'm gonna help you all out. And I'm going to give them 3 children. And then, so you can best understand what I'm going to teach you. And you know what? It's a sad thing, because I can't even get past, but I have to stop. I have to be obedient to the Spirit. Okay, you see this here? Okay, this is what the Father is saying to you all out there who have felt the impact of the nuclear bomb being dropped. Now listen, look at this here, y'all. Can you see it? Okay, there go the Father in heaven, the Creator. Okay, you notice I don't have Yeshua. I only have Christ. Because this Father holds all power, which is Christ. Christ is the power of Yah in Genesis chapter 1 and 26. Okay, and through this power, Father and mother, and then the children. Okay? When you hear Yah say, I come to bring the sword, hallelujah! Hallelujah! That's the sword of the Spirit. To separate any that is not of the Spirit. So you all think he be saying, I come to bring the sword between mother and daughter. No. From what is mine and what is not. He even come to bring the sword when he said there's going to be 3 in the household, 3 against 4, or 3 against 2, 2 against 3. Because there's going to be 2 for the sword and 3 not for the sword. Meaning 2 spirit and 3 flesh. So when you hear that sword being coming into a family, father against son, it's because one of them is of the spirit, the other one is not. One is of the spirit, the other one is of the flesh. Why is Yah coming to bring the sword? Because he didn't give the authority to the flesh of a man to be able to know the difference. He kept the sword of his power and him dividing what is righteous and unrighteous in his own right hand. That's why Hamashiach and not Yeshua is the head of the church. Because the power have already molded and shaped those that belong to the body of Hamashiach. And this has nothing to do with the Son of Man. So when they running around here, go back and you see through the rock, do you know these things? But if you don't have that Holy Spirit, the true teacher, you don't know crap. You just think you know something. Man or woman, you don't know nothing until you know something. And what they living on, or they something they think they know. Because they know their flesh desire is to rule, control, be leader, and be head. But y'all come to tell you, you do. You are a head. You head of your household. You head of your church, your synagogue. You are leader. You are line. You are ruler in your flesh. And when you see glory, your judgment's going to find you a ruler that's sent to hell. Just as Hosea. Let's go to y'all. Go to Hosea chapter 4. Hosea chapter 4. In Hosea chapter 4, it says in verse 6, my people. Oh, see how you calling yourself his people? Do you see how the Hebrew Israelites calling themselves his people? Look at Hosea chapter 4, verse 6. Look like he calling them their people. My people are destroyed, Deborah. Go on and tell them. My people are destroyed. So if you think for 1 minute, you his people going to eternal heaven, you's a lie from the pit of hell. You are his people going to where? The lake of fire. He ain't ashamed, nor is he embarrassed to tell spirit and truth and let the spirit and truth ride in the instructions and direction book. When you get on your job, they give you a instruction book or a company book to learn their rules and regulations. You go to a hospital and you getting ready to have surgery, they give you a book to show you what's the whole overall of this hospital and what's going to take place. No matter where you go to school, they're going to give you books. Y'all is saying this is a study guide. It is simply a book. But when the Holy Spirit comes, it's going to teach you that book up and it's going to teach you it down. Because he already know that the power of Satan was handed over to the Roman Catholics. And when he gave them the power, they were able to go into the instructions and direction books and mess you up from the floor. But he said, hold up, Deborah, tell them. I told them to tarry a little while longer. I'm coming. And when I come, I'm going to pour out my spirit on your daughters and your sons. And they shall prophesy. Same yesterday is today. These men want to trap these women into cages of the flesh. Y'all want you to know there's a nuclear bomb that has been set and released. You don't have to be under no chain of command of these flesh of these men. You don't have to get up under them. They don't have to rule over them. You don't have to be submissive to them, because he said this thing is spirit and truth. Now, those things in which they telling you, if you line up with the flesh, go. I bow down to every rule, every order that they set for you, because you are flesh, they are flesh. So fall under the rules that they give you. But I come to tell you to set you free with a nuclear bomb. The only chain of commandment that heavens recognize, only chain of commandment that heavens recognize is the Father, the Christ, and all the ones that y'all sent down as a natural father, but has a spiritual seed. A natural mother, but is a spiritual seed. And the natural children, that is a spiritual seed. So their seed is spiritual. So they line up with a spiritual father, spiritual Christ, spiritual father. Birth father and a spiritual birth mother, and they have birth children. But he said, here I come, Deborah, tell him. I come to bring the sword. What is that sword? A spiritual sword to divide those that's in the household that is born of the spirit and those that are born of the flesh. How do you like the chain of command now? You want to step into Sister Deborah, you don't know what you're messing with. Because see, what you didn't understand, Sister Deborah is spirit and truth. Sister Deborah, it's not your flesh. You can't whoop Sister Deborah with scriptures and verses and precepts and lines and Torahs and Greek and Hebrew. For this thing is spirit and it is truth. I have tarried for the Ruach HaKodesh when I was a little girl. And let me tell you, he done showed up and he done showed out. And if you think for 1 minute, 60 some odd years, I'm going to wait for your mouth, your flesh leadership, your flesh ruler. How is it that the flesh of people can't even see that there's a big difference, a big ocean difference between he that is born of the flesh and he that is born of the spirit? Okay, I see what you're saying, Father. Father said, back it back up, Deborah. He said, he that is born of the flesh cannot see he nor understand he that is born of the spirit. So I had to bag that thing up and bring it a little bit down. So in Hosea chapter 4, verse 6, y'all want you to say, you want to run around here and you want scriptures. How about this? How about this? How about this? Hosea chapter 4, verse 6 said, my people I'm going to destroy. Because it says are destroyed. My people are destroyed. Not might be. Not going to be. Deborah, tell them. Tell them. You want to rumble. My people are destroyed. Let's go to Deuteronomy 28. Where my other Bible? I tried to do it in here. Deuteronomy 28. Deuteronomy 28. Verse 20. And Yah shall send upon the curse, vexation, and rebuke in all that thou settest thy hands unto, for to do. Until what? Until thou be destroyed. Wait a minute, this matches Hosea chapter 4, verse 6. Father, y'all, yes, go there with them. Okay, now, verse 29, Deuteronomy 29, Deuteronomy 28, verse 29. You want some verses? Come on, go with me, baby. Come on, I'm going to give you some verses. And thou shalt go at noonday as the blind goat in darkness, and thou shalt not prosper in the ways. Thou shalt be only oppressed and spoiled evermore, and no man shall save thee. Wait a minute, save thee from what? All right, from what? Darkness. They're going to be walking in dark. They're prospering in the way. So those that you thinking is prospering, their souls are already sold out, y'all. Their spirits, not soul. Ain't no such thing as soul. Their spirits is already sold out. That's why they think they got something that you don't have. That's why they look at what they materialistic things are and they count it as fruit of the spirit. But see, they don't understand that's fruit of your flesh. That's not fruit of the spirit. Okay, because y'all didn't give you that. It's what you stole from others to get it, just like the heathens and Gentiles does. Steal, kill, and destroy to get what they want. Okay, so therefore, no, you ain't got nothing. You just got them, I call it them nutcake men that swinging from your balls believe you got something because they see and believe. They don't have no spiritual discerning to see that, wait a minute, you ain't got, wait a minute, hold up, what's wrong with this? You see? So where you go? Come on with me to Deuteronomy 28, okay? In Deuteronomy 28, and it says, in verse 33, the fruit of thy land and all that thy labors shall a nation which thou knowest not eat up, and thou shalt be only oppressed and crushed away. Verse 34, so that thou shalt be mad for the sight of thy eyes which thou shalt see. Praise the mighty Yah. Verse 44, we talking Deuteronomy 28, telling you the same thing Hosea chapter 4 verse 6 was telling, until you are destroyed. My people destroyed, Deborah. And then you go to Deuteronomy 28 and verse 45. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee and shall pursue thee, overtake thee, till thou be destroyed. Okay, let's keep going on. Verse 46. And they shall be upon thee the signs and of wonders, and upon thy seed forever. Now let's keep on going. Verse 61. Deuteronomy 28 and 61. Also, every sickness that every plague which is not written in the book of this law, them will a higher bring upon thee until thou art destroyed. Look at, he's telling you even plagues that's not even written in this book, letting you know this is a book. This is not the word. He's telling you what I got prepared for you. You ain't seen nothing yet. Read it again, Deborah. Deuteronomy 28 and 61. Also, every sickness and every plague which is not written in the book of this law, them will a higher bring upon them until thou art what? Until thou art what? Destroyed. Deuteronomy in game for the house of Israel and the tribe of Judah is that you are destroyed. The only one ain't gonna come out destroyed in the body are those who gonna be destroyed in the mind at the sight of what they will see, but they gonna come out to go through the wilderness to get to the promised land. All clowns, you're left here. So get all the guns you need. Teach all the hate that you need amongst your men and your women. Teaching your women to hate, teaching your men to hate. Go for what you know, because you're going down. Hang from the hangingest balls you can find in the house of Israel and the tribe of Judah, especially the tribe of Judah. You better grip that man's balls too, because you're going to need his weapons to fight out of this one, because you're going to die. Go to Isaiah chapter 3. Isaiah chapter 3. They've been lying to you, and they're going to lie to you. They're going to lie to you until they fly to you, until they die to you. And they're going to leave your tail hanging right out there. You think they're going to fight for you? No, your brothers don't fight for you. You know why? You are born of the flesh, and the flesh is so selfish, so envy, so jealousy, so wicked, so evil toward each other. That's the flesh of man. Isaiah chapter 3 and verse 8. And Jerusalem is ruined, and Judah is fallen, because their tongues and their doing are against a higher to provoke his eyes of his glory. You've been doing it for a long time, Negro man. You've been doing it for a long time, but listen what he's going to do. Isaiah chapter 3, verse 25. Thy men shall fall by the sword. You hear that, women? He's telling you. Your men are going to die by the sword. But who is he telling it to? The women that's of the spirit. He's telling you. Your men are going to die by the sword, and thy mighty men by the war. Letting you know those who run around here want to be tough and bad, got all their weapons, wants to teach men how to hate women. You think y'all don't see you? He knows, it's already written that your loud mouth was going to teach these men to send themselves straight to the hole of darkness, with their eyes going to be wide open, going into darkness. Because that's what it is today. Eyes wide open and still going into the rabbit hole darkness, with the balls hanging on to the balls of a man. He's taking them down deep. Just like taking them out in the ocean where they can't swim nor see dry land. Now here in Isaiah 3, they teaches these men that they're going to have 7 men, 7 women to 1 woman. No, 7 women to 1 man. No. 7 women is going to take a hold of when they see the one man that Yah had called to be holy. Because what happened in Isaiah chapter 3, thy men shall fall by the sword. You're dying, Judah. You're dying. And thy mighty men in the war. Why are you saying thy? He's talking to the women. This is what's going to happen to your men, your brothers, your uncles, your fathers, your grandfathers, your husbands, your sons. I'm going to take their tails out. But I'm going to tell you, I'm going to save you. Because those that are going to be saved, I'm going to label them men to be holy. It ain't having nothing to do with marriage, sex, king, leader, ruler. No. It's going to be the holy. It's what the men are going to be called that's going to survive this. And he's letting you know there's going to be very few men, but many women. When he said 7 women to 1 man, he's trying to show y'all in the spiritual realm. Women, you're going to outlive these men in this battle. And you too ignorant to figure that out. They got you telling them they're going to have wives, 7 wives to 1 man. No, he's sending you a sign. You're going to desire to have what that one man has, because all the other men going to be destroyed. And what he had, what did he have? Holy. What did holy do? Take away your reapproach. Only one can take away your reapproach is what? Yah himself. So that one man is going to have Yah. And you're going to want what he has, which is the name called holy. And Yah said, what? I'm going to give you. You too going to be called holy. These men took it into a sexual, into a control, into a power. These men of the flesh have took everything in this book into a realm of flesh. And you all followed them straight in. Swinging on their balls. And swinging on their balls is a message to you out there that's born of the flesh. Keep, you ain't going to have no other choice but to swing for them balls. Because hell is your destiny. And guess what? You can't even fight up against it. That's why Satan don't fight up against Yah. He only do what Yah tell him. He only do what Yah allow him. Because the fight is over. It never was a fight. You can't fight against my Father's right hand. That's all his power. You can't do it and think that you're going to win. Because they're winning. I wouldn't even try it if I was anybody. I was Satan. I'd be like Satan, smart. You can't beat up against. How you going to fight up against the mighty hand of the one who created all things? You're stupid. That's how stupid they are today. They think they power of being controlling, manipulating, deceiving, thinking they're going to be a king, a leader, a ruler in hell. That's how stupid they are. And they run on here and try to have something to say to you. You can't say that to me, baby. You born of the flesh. Stay in the lane of the flesh. I'm over here in the spirit realm. It's nothing you can say to me. Now I boot those out. Because that's flesh trying to talk to spirit. You can't talk to me. Y'all won't listen to you, and I ain't gonna listen to you either. You born of the flesh. So I wanted to share with you in Isaiah what the Father was sharing with me in Isaiah chapter 1, Hosea chapter 1, Hosea chapter 4, verse 6, where he says, my people. He called you his people, but he showed you, I'm gonna destroy you. He said it all in Deuteronomy, the end game of Deuteronomy. I'm gonna destroy y'all tails. You want to be the true Jews? You want to be the one that's awakened? I'm destroying your tail. And you're going to the lake of fire afterwards. You're going to be destroyed. You're going to see yourself destroyed in this land of your oppressor. Because you are born of the flesh. And it's your buck stop here. You see, they didn't know that. They thinking they swooping the coop. They think they getting up out of here. You ain't getting up out of nowhere. You're going to die right here. Where you dig your hole. You dig the rabbit hole and you swung on man balls, which is the flesh. Y'all gonna let you swing on down that rabbit hole where you belong. Okay, that's why when you run up on Isaiah chapter 3 and verse 25, Isaiah chapter 3 and verse 25, then you run up on Deuteronomy 28. They didn't accept, they didn't salute Deuteronomy 28 in game. They didn't want to play that game. They want to play every game out here. They want to play, I'm a leader, I'm a ruler, I'm a king, I'm the head, you submit to me. They want to play all these games. I can have 7 women to 20 men. I can have 7 women to 1 man. I can have as many men as I want, long as the man don't know I'm homosexual and I'm gay. I can lust in my mind. I can lust in my heart. I can do all the things, abomination, long as nobody don't see it. I can do all those things because if most women really level this thing out, 90% of your men have taste the homosexual lifestyle. Hello. But let's get to the truth of the matter. When you buckle up on Isaiah 3 and verse 25, it tells you how he's going to destroy the men. And this is during the time he's taking heads up out of to the promised land. He tells you just as plain as day. You don't hear these men teaching these to these men because they don't want these men that's riding their balls to know anything that's truth. So they teach them what's in the midst of darkness. So they can stay darkness. And that's where they remain. Then they come up on my page. Stand your tail down. Stay on your page. The pages that's teaching you flesh. I'm spirit and truth. Stay in your lane. Knowing scriptures in the book don't mean anything. It can't deliver me nor can it save me. But since you've been riding the balls, you think that's what saved you, a man that you swing on his ball. Ain't content. Why ain't the tribe of Judah recognize all our men are going homosexual? Now, when I say all, I'm talking about a great number. I'm not claiming all, but if you want to get in that basket, go right ahead because you already in that feeling. Know that I'm talking to. Hear the power in what I'm saying. Because when I'm speaking spirit and truth, if you spirit and truth, you should know exactly what I'm saying. And you know I ain't talking to you. But you know some spirit and truth is connected to what I'm saying. Oh, yes, you'll know that. You don't have to include yourself, but you'll know I'm speaking spirit and truth. Because spirit and truth speaks to you. That means the Ruach HaKodesh is in you. Not because Sister Deborah is speaking, because he's greater in you, even if Sister Deborah don't speak. You get it? Okay. So, he wants me to share that. So, the Father dropped the bomb, the nuclear bomb, to let you all know that there's no such thing as a chain of command. There's no such thing as a chain of command. He that is flesh, get your tail over there with that chain of command with your flesh. Because that's flesh. But y'all say only the only command, ain't no chain of command. The way the flesh has its command is separate than what the spirit has. The spirit we already know that a spirit, that the Father is the head, his power is secondary, which is Christ, which is Hamashiach, his right hand, and then man, woman, and then the children. That's why the sword comes in the family. That's why your worstest enemy is the family, because we try to love each other over my Father, and you ain't got it, because the Father said, I look in your family, I see who's of me, and I see who is not. So you can't go around here loving. You can't go around here loving the flesh and thinking they are the spirit in your family. So I tell you what, I come to bring the sword. to break all that mess up so you'll know who's flesh and who's born of the flesh and who's born of the spirit. That's why I tell y'all in this day and time, if you are not able to rightly divide certain things, when you need to either stay at the altar or you need to pray for the Holy Spirit, because the Holy Spirit is a true teacher. He has been all that he said he was, is, and going to be. You want to walk around here thinking you overly smart and you can outbeat him, outthink him, outdo him, you go right ahead. But the truth of the whole matter, he rules. It is going to be the way he says. Okay. And no Greek, no Hebrew. The Father want me to say this. No Greek, no Hebrew, no nothing overrides what is spirit and what is truth. Okay. He said his people are destroyed in Hosea chapter 4 and verse 6. Hosea chapter 4 and verse 6. What is destroyed? Terminated. Demolished. Totally destroyed. Utterly destroyed. In Greek, it's what? Kill, destroy, perish, fully destroy. Cut off entirely, perish, ruin. So when you run up on Hosea chapter 4 verse 6, get it right. Get it right. And he said that's not even the whole verse. My people, that's what they say I call them, but they are destroyed. See, y'all missed it. So you might think Sister Deborah's line when she said Deuteronomy 28 end game is that the tribe of Judah in the house of Israel is destroyed. Then you run up on Matthew's chapter 24 and verse 7 when it says kingdom against kingdom, nation against nation. And he said they could share, how they going to kill and think that they doing right. They doing that. But you know what? There ain't nothing you can buckle up and not buckle down, because your whole nation teaching that nation to do wicked and evil against who? The Father. They are the ones that's born of the flesh. So the ones that are yours, your people that are born of the flesh shall be destroyed. That's what Hosea chapter 4 verse 6. Deuteronomy 28 end game, starting with verse 19 all the way to the end. He's showing you how I'm going to destroy your butts. And y'all walking y'all tails around here talking about we the people. Hosea chapter 4 verse 6. My people. He called my people. But then what? Or Deborah destroy. Tell them how they like me now. How they like me now. See if you like them now. See, you want to run down here and use this book as a sword? Let me tell you, this book ain't got the I ain't gonna say the balls. This book ain't got the strength to uphold the word of my Father. Ain't got the strength. Roman Catholic been in this book and smeared it up and smeared it down, and you walking on and swinging on what the Roman Catholic have added and taken away. I see up in here where what's his name? He said, flesh of my flesh, bone of my bone. When did Yah say flesh of your flesh? When only he used one bone. You never realize, see, nobody don't take to heed that the mighty right hand of the Father know how to make woman in his way, in his order. He didn't take nothing but one bone. Tell me what bone can you take today and build a child? Tell me! Use your sense, people. That's why people are learning from the spiritual realm, from the flesh realm. That's what I mean by swinging on the balls of flesh of men. Because if you swinging on Yah in his spirit will teach you what the intent of everything that was said in this book. But without that Holy Spirit, you will never ever understand not even one chapter in this book. And I feel good about him separating Genesis 1 and 2. He said if they don't understand 1 and 2, they don't understand the whole book. And guess what, y'all? I found that to be 100 times 100 trillion truth. They're lost without a cause because they're not born of the Spirit. The Spirit shuts its mouth and here the Spirit of Yah teaches it from the inside out. The flesh want to rule from the outside. They want to check your hair out. They want to check your head wrap. They want to wear fringes. They want to wear your jewelry. They want to make sure the outside appear to be something that the inside is not. That's what they're doing. Oh, a nuclear bomb just been dropped. You mean they trying to get me to wrap my head and no earring? Oh, I got to put on fringes. Oh, I got to get under man control. I got to be submissive. All the things of the flesh. And none of that trash has anything to do with the spirit realm. That's why the chain of command is not in the flesh. It is in the spirit. That's how Jacob could go in and do what he do and come out on the winning end, because he was born of the spirit. But everybody coming out of him is not going to enter into the kingdom of heaven, because Jacob came down, chain of command. All his children is not going to enter in through the chain of command. Now, being so, he's the sand of the sea and the stars of the sky. That shows you that many is in number. That means he's going to have some to enter in. That's why it letting you know. Heaven's going to have some that's going to come in right after Jacob. But they're going to be the spiritual ones. They're coming down the spiritual chain of command. That's what they didn't understand. Those that are born of the flesh follow the flesh of this book, never to know the spirit of those that walks and talks and speak through this book. They only knew the flesh. And when they saw the flesh, oh, Jacob had 7, Solomon had this many, well, we can have it. They right. And you all leave them alone. Let them have their 7 wives. Matter of fact, let them have 1,000,000. They're going to hell because they master the flesh of a man and not the spirit. They would never be able to master Jacob walk as he walked with Yah. They'll never be able to master David's walk as he walked with Yah. Why? Because that's the chain of command spirit. They are the chain of command flesh. And they focus on getting your flesh under their flesh. They never thought that, wait a minute, this thing is spirit. So I can't get woman submissive to me unless Yah has called me to be submissive to the power, which is the head, which is Christ, which is Yah's right hand power. Then therefore, if I am under Yah's power, then I can stand still. And if she is in the spirit realm, she'll fall under my power, because my power fall under Christ's power. And Christ's power is Yah himself. They don't get that. So they want you to come up in under their power in their flesh. Oh, Deborah, you're going to get in trouble. You're going to get in trouble. Oh, no. A nuclear bomb being released. You want to come up? You want to come over to somebody control? Control that. Control the fact that it's not a chain of command in the flesh as the balls of man teaches you. There's no such thing. But it is a such thing. It's when you're born of the flesh. But when you're born of the spirit, it's the order in which the Father, Christ, which is his right hand, the power, and then those that falls under that power. They come under the order. You remember the sword that sowed the seeds? Just because he sowed 5 sets of seed, only one seed brought forth spiritual fruit. The other one died out. So that's who you all are out there, men of the tribe of Judah and the house of Israel. You're a dead seed being planted on stony ground, on thorns. Okay? That's who you are, dead seeds. Thinking you walking around here holier than thou. You ain't got no holiness in you because you don't know what holiness is. It is the spirit. So therefore, you are dead seed. And let me tell you something. You are 100% right. There is a chain of command in the flesh. But Yah comes to tell you a nuclear bomb being dropped. The true chain of command that comes from heaven, that was created from heavens, dropped down to the earth, and the earth submitted to it, is the chain of command that comes from the Father, Christ, and everything that was created up under that Christ, which is the power, which is the head. That's why the head, which is Christ, got a body that he has molded and shaped and given the gift to. So, son of man, let me tell you, son of man of the flesh, you are born of the flesh. You sit back and you wonder, wait a minute, Father Yah, Is this what you was talking about when you told Satan that I would separate her seed from his seed? Yes, Deborah, tell them how they like me now. How do y'all like me now? I separate that which was spirit from that which is flesh. And they didn't know it. Oh, nuclear bomb being dropped. They didn't know it. I don't have to warn the flesh who they are. They have been stiff-necked, rebellion, and disobedient with me and to me since the beginning of time. And I even called them mine. But I also said to you in Hosea chapter 4, verse 6, my people, then what did I say to you yesterday morning, Deborah? Are destroyed. Happily did I speak those things. Oh, I call them my people. But they are destroyed. Did Moses destroy them? They were his people. But didn't he destroy them? Yes. Did not I destroy them? Yes. But they don't see that, Father. They don't see all those thousands of years you have destroyed them by the multitude. Right in the midst of their faces. And here today, they sit here saying they rule. They kings and they leaders and they ruler. Over what? The Father want me to let you know, yeah, you're a king. You're a leader. You're a ruler. Over the flesh. Those that's flesh on this earth. Because all of them going to the lake of fire. Those are the ones you rule. Because they following you straight through the broad gate. So let them follow you. That's why I tell my prophetess, this need be, Deborah. Stand down. Stay in your lane. For your lane is spiritual. It's not earthly. It's not fleshly. So stay in your lane. You see? So don't come to my pages. Don't come and to my videos. I keep trying to warn you all over and over. Stay off this video. I am not of the flesh. You can't come here thinking you're going to teach me nothing. You are of the flesh. Stay in the lane of the flesh. I am strictly the spirit. I am of the spirit. So I don't have to go by your lane in the flesh. Again, before I leave off of here. Oh, he gave me so much good stuff. Let me cover something else here. So much good stuff. And another thing I'm going to say to you all. Sister Deborah is not going to be here at the end. Let me just cover this here. When he talks about he that has a spirit, he that has an ear to hear, he wants you to let you know. It's not talking to your flesh. You read this book. Find all other lost books. See if Enoch can save you if you're drowning. If you're in the fire, call on Enoch. Call on all the books that you said was lost. Don't forget to get the King James 16. See if anything you got in these books that's going to save you. It's going to redeem you. These books won't even show you the way to the bosom of the Most High Yah. Because the way has already been made in the kingdom of heaven. The Father has locked you in and locked you out. That means there's nothing you can do on this earth outside or cut up from the floor of the way that you are. For your destiny is sealed. It's sealed in the books that leads to the lake of fire. Or it's sealed in the books that leads to eternal life. Now, this is the problem. I asked y'all, have y'all seen that movie where this little boy, he had to have been like 6 or 7. He was on a mountain. He had all black clothes on and he was crying, pleading on top of a mountain. Please, why? I don't want to be this. I don't want to be this. I don't know his own. I don't know what it is. But if someone can, through the comment, can let me know exactly what's what. What's the name of that movie? I seen it probably 30, 40 years ago. But I remember that it sticks with me. Why? Because it's a part of confirmation of even the world and Satan in the world and the elites. All of them has the respect for the Father to make sure they leave their light on. I love how wicked and evil leaves the light of my most high Yah charge. Because they always leaving you a light on saying, okay, this is coming from this here. But he rules. I love that. They always say, but he rules. And this young boy that was in this movie, he's on top of this mountain. Now, remember it being dark, and he was up there crying, and he was crying. He couldn't be no more than 7. And he was saying, I don't want to. Please don't send me to do this. And what it was a little demon boy. And his job was to come to be a demon and wicked and evil. And he was on the mountaintop talking to God, pleading with, why did he have to be chosen to do that? He was crying and everything. He was saying, why not me, not me? See, what y'all don't understand, you don't rule nothing on this earth. You ain't no leader, no king, no ruler or nothing. Like I said, you only rule your bowel movement when you got to. And then you take your tail to that toilet and you use it. And you rule yourself. That's about all you supposed to rule. Outside of that, you don't rule nothing. Heaven got it locked in and got it locked out. He already got you written. What do you think Yeshua was saying to Satan on the mountain? Wait a minute, bro. It's written. It's already written. You can't come up here tempting me. It's already written. Then Satan turned around and got tired of Yeshua saying it is written. He turned around and said, and it is written that if you fall from this mountain, a legion of angels going to catch you, for it is written. You can't tell him that's written, because you know why? He called himself playing the same game. No, it wasn't no game. He called himself throwing truth onto Yeshua after Yeshua told him truth. He called himself going to reverse it and said it's written. That's to show you all out there, you men, that think that life on this earth is about your control, your rulership, you being leader, you being the head. Y'all wants me to send you a sign. A nuclear bomb has been released. Bro, you are of the flesh. Because if you want to rule on this earth after the curse already told you, you're going to be oppressed. You're going to be, everything given to you going to be taken from you. If somebody you see with something, it's because they have sold out and just there to lead you into a situation to make you think that they are standing for Yah because of the materialistic things they got. And they choose the words that pleases your flesh to make you think that you can be a king, a leader, a ruler, a lion, a head. See, that's all that's about. It's no spirit and truth found in that. There's no light in that. That's all darkness. So that's how show you how people, I told you all, you already should know if you're born of the flesh or if you're born of the spirit. I suggest every man and woman go and read in your instructions and direction and see if it leaves something for you regarding he that is born of the flesh and he that is born of the spirit. What it does is it shows you that on this earth, there is a message sent to you, which is a light, not a light of the spirit, but it's enough for you to see by just studying that it's a bit different between you that is born of the flesh and he that is born of the spirit. It's so different to y'all. Eternal destiny is the opposite, just as it is on the earth. That's why men can swing for men balls and be happy, content, feeling that they leaders and rulers and kings and they supposed to be head over something. How can you be head over something and you have nothing? Does that make any sense? Think now. These men trying to make you head over something and you have nothing. I suggest you go and read Isaiah 3. It breaks it all the way down, how the men are going to get the other men to take leadership here and the leadership there. But the wise men going to tell them, I don't want to be leader over nothing because I have nothing. Praise the mighty Yah. Only time we come up under the chain of command if it's spirit. Just like a marriage. It tells you in the instructions and direction a powerful word. It says that Yah has joined together, not man. See, a flesh of a woman and a flesh of a man said, we're going to get married, we together. That's not Yah joining you together. That's you. That's your flesh. But when Yah join you together, he going to make sure you lining up with spirit. He going to make sure you lining up with spirit. You see? That's what Yah... See, Yah is not going to put two darkness together. He's not going to put two light together. No, he's only going to put two light together. Those who walking in the light of his spirit. And it's not that they walking in the light. It's because his light walking in them. Woo-wee! Y'all ain't got time to play with you. Who are you? See, a lot of you all thinking because somebody married somebody that is a marriage that's bound and locked in. Y'all say that's trash. Only marriage that he bring together is the yoke, those who equally yoked, not those that's unequally. That's why he brought Adam to Eve, because there was both of them was what? Sinless. They was equal in Yah as being perfect. You never thought of it like that. You see, they were together as perfect. Don't forget, he brought her to him. Her to him. You see? That was Yah putting them together. See, y'all messed up from the floor up. You're getting married and you thinking this man at your church and this man telling you to come to his camp. We got virgins here. Come get married. You can have many wives you want. They can be submissive. They can show you a rule. You a king. You a leader. They showing you the hell. The way to it. Because all that is trash and hell. He's showing you the way to hell. And you swinging so hard and tight to his balls to get there. Because you want the things of the flesh and not the things of the spirit. Because the things of the spirit don't tell you virgins. Because he know ain't nothing found in virgins. See, they missed it. Even with Mary. They missed the spiritual mission. They missed it. You see? So they teaches you it in the natural. And you run to it and you grab it and you thinking you being something. But you being a fool. Because you're going into the rabbit hole that leads to hell. And the good thing about it, my Father suffered it to be so, for it is written in the heavens. Your works is already laid up in the heavens. That means you ain't gonna come up there telling, but I did it. No, baby. I knew you before the foundation of the world. I lock you into hell. So you get there, because that's where you going. I knew you before the foundation of the world. See, that's what they ain't gonna teach y'all. Y'all already got your number. He already know you. So why would he let you come down here and get locked up into the flesh of a man and let these people rule you in this way of your flesh? And he already got you already written in the Lamb Book of Life or in the books, which 90% going to end up in. And those book goes to the lake of fire. Try Revelation chapter 20. That whole chapter. Read it and read it good. Your works is not what you do down here. It's what you already done in heaven. Meaning heaven already knew you. If he knew you coming in. He knew when you was being in your mother's womb because he put you there. And he knew the day and the hour he going to take his breath back when you going to fall dead. And your spirit is going to be asleep for waiting to stand before the throne. And when they stand before the throne, it's going to match what you did on the earth. Not what you did for the spiritual. Because there's no spirit of Yah in you. You was of the world. You see? See, heaven got you locked in and locked out. You can act a monkey all you want down here. You already assigned. That's why I tell y'all, you already should know where you at and where you walking. So you can't hurt Sister Deborah. You can't bother Sister Deborah. Live or die. You can't. It don't matter. Everything been locked in heaven. That's the power of that right hand. That none of you all never knew in Genesis chapter 1, verse 26. That's that right hand. That's that power. That you all never saluted and gave authority to or gave ear to or gave eye to. What's that right hand power? Genesis chapter 1 and 26. That's Christ that came down here with the Son of Man. That's why it tells you Yeshua didn't come down just in word. He came down with all power. Because that power is the Father's right hand that created everything on the earth. When you learn to separate your Son of Man and the Son of Yah, and you put them together, oh baby, you in there. But you got to be able to separate them just to bring them back to one. Because we all are in them one. But you have to be able to separate them to understand and then bring them back to one. Then you'll say, oh, wait a minute, Son of Man, you did a really good job. You sacrificed like a man. These knowing Negroes today won't even sacrifice to labor, to work, to take care of their babies and themselves. See, a lot of them are taking care of themselves, and while they're taking care of them, they don't understand. If you're in a household, you're taking care of yourself anyway, first and foremost. Why? Because you're getting a place to eat, a place to lay your head, heat, air, food to eat, a bed to sleep in, and in the process, your kids are being taken care of while you're taking care of yourself. Wake up, people. Wake up. Stop letting these men tell y'all that you put them out of the house because of this and this. They got out of the house because the wicked and evil that's in their flesh that told them that they are not going to abide by laboring to take care of their seed. They don't even know their seed. They don't even know the seed that they brought forth. They didn't know that they were liable for it. Just like Adam was in the garden. He didn't care about the fact that he had the crown on his head. He took it off and put it on the ground. And that's when y'all say, oh, wait a minute, this ain't going to be good. I'm going to have to bring in woman. So if you think that woman was the one that caused the sin, you keep on thinking that. Even when Adam said, bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh. Where did Yah say? Out of Yah's mouth said, flesh of your flesh. Yah took her away. And he only took a bone. And he took that out of the side. Come on now. Y'all better step out of the realm of this flesh of these men teaching y'all. Step in the spiritual realm of y'all and let them teach you what the truth is. Oh yeah. This is what you call a nuclear bomb being released. Because it's going to give you something to think for the rest of your life as long as you're on this earth. This message is going to give you something to think about. So that ear to hear is not you sitting up in the front of a pastor, a bishop, a maureen, a seer, a watchman, a prophet, a prophetess. That's not the ear. The ear is spiritual, y'all. You can't hear Sister Deborah if you don't hear Yah. Oh, Father Yah. You cannot hear what Sister Deborah is saying nor understand unless you understand Yah and hear Yah first and foremost. That's seeking ye the kingdom. These men got y'all seeking their rulership, their leadership. That's Satan in its own disguise. Oh, follow me. Do what I say. Do what I say. I'm the leader. I'm the chain. Y'all say, yeah, you got a chain. You got a chain of command in the flesh. That's the one Satan detached himself to. So yeah, there is a chain. Women, men, I'm telling y'all, there is a chain of command. But that one is in the flesh. Y'all say, if you really want to know the truth of the true chain of commandment that lives, that rule under righteous, get your tail over there with a chain of command in the spirit is rest therein. How you like me now? Do you like me now? I'm going to leave my comment up. Ain't nothing I can say you can touch. Because this is a nuclear bomb being dropped. You want to tell these women they can't teach? You ain't got the authority nor the right, because the spiritual calling come from heaven, not from your mouth. Not from your order. See, these are orders of the flesh. That's why he said, he that is born of the flesh is of the flesh. Stay in your lane of the flesh. Don't come over here in the spiritual lane, because it's ordered by Yah. So you don't have the right to step out of your fleshly realm and come over here to the spiritual realm and telling women and anybody else what they can and cannot do. He didn't give you that order. That's why people want to ride Torah. It's because it gives them this power, just like Satan music. It gives them this power and this authority. Oh, you can rule, you can rule. And they don't tell you what they fail to realize. They didn't even keep Torah back then. Why are you trying to press it in the land of their oppressor and think that they're going to obey it now? If Yah said that they are stiff-necked, rebellion, and disobedient people, who are you to try to switch that over and say, oh, no, they ain't stiff-necked rebellion. They know Torah. They learn Torah. They learn Greek. They learn Hebrew. Who gives a rat's behind what you learn, what you study, and what you master? It's all for the realm of the flesh. Step over in the end on the spirit. I bet you get your tail messed up from the floor. No, you ain't going to come in on that realm because you don't know nothing about it. And they'll come right back to Deborah Page. Give the scriptures. Strip through your tail somewhere and read them. So you can follow and hang from the balls of man. Flesh. And what's so powerful and sad in this day and time is people are running behind the flesh of man. And the danger of that is you going to hell. They said when we across that bridge, sister, when we get there. Well, guess what, baby? You already done crossed that bridge. You just don't know it. Okay, so Deborah want to say that I'm going to have to get up and get out because I got some things to take care of. And I will also open up the comment and leave it open for you. But let me tell you, listen to this message and know that a nuclear bomb has been released. And there's going to be others. Shalom and shalom.